Hello. Let's start CAT 2025 target 99 percentile algebra sequential series part 3. So in the first two sessions, we have seen two kind of series. One was your arithmetic progression, second was your geometric progression, and third one we are going to do a generic series and generic type of questions. What kind of questions that has been asked in CAT previously. So let's see. Let's start with different variety of questions, and one basic concept we have already covered in the previous session. That is Tn is equal to Sn minus 1, and this is very important thing that you need to know in series. Okay, so let's get on with it. Now I'm going to talk about one new series that is called telescopic series. So basically, what is a telescopic series? Telescopic series is something that the name is rare. A lot of people don't use the name of telescopic. Oh, I'm sorry, it is telescopic series. A lot of people don't use the name of the series, but more or less everyone has seen this series somewhere, right? If you have maths in 12th, then I'm very sure you have seen this kind of series. So basically, what does this series look like? So for example, I have series of 1 upon 1 plus 1 into 2 plus 1 upon 2 into 3 plus 1 upon 3 into 4 and so on. So basically, and let's say we are going till 9 into 10. So our job is to figure out what is going to be the answer of this series. So what is the general approach? So the approach to solve this kind of series? First, look that this series should be an AP. So 1, 2, 3, and then 4. So first term is an AP and second term 2, 3, 4. It is also an AP. So first term is an AP, second term is an AP. So it works out, right? So what I'm going to do over here, so generally when we are going to talk about in class 12th, you used to write the general term like this, you break it and then you solve it. But we are not going to do that here. So what is the general approach we are going to take for a exam that is objective? So I am going to pick first term. If you want, you can pick second term. You can, if you want, you can pick third term. It won't make a difference. So I'm going to pick first term. So in the denominator, I have 1 and 2. So what I'm going to write? I'm going to write 1 upon 1 minus 1 upon 2. Okay. Directly. I'm not going to think anything. Now, now people are going to say, what if RHS is not equal to LHS? It might be true. I'm not saying it will be true. Definitely, it might be true, might not be true. Right. So what I'm going to do? So first, I'm going to write first term 1 upon 1 minus 1 upon 2. That is, I'm going to write directly. Now, what I'm going to do? I am just going to calculate the value on the LHS. So what is LHS? That is 1 upon 2. What is the value of RHS? That is again 1 upon 2. So I know that LHS is equal to RHS. So I don't need to do anything any further. So this checking part is actually very crucial. So whenever you are going to write like this, you have to check LHS equal to RHS. Now what I'm going to do, if first term can be split like this, then all the terms are going to be split like this. So first term is going to be 1 upon 1 minus 1 upon 2. Second term is going to be 1 upon 2 minus 1 upon 3. Third term is going to be 1 upon 3 minus 1 upon 4. Now why we are doing it? Because if you are going to see, all the terms cancel out. So basically this cancels out, this cancels out, and eventually everything gets cancelled out. So what is the first term? That is 1. What is the last term? That is 1 upon 10. So sum comes out to be 9 upon 10, and that's the answer of this question. Now, what if this is not equal? Then what we are going to do? So I'm going to take a different series over here. For example, 1 upon 1 into 3 plus 1 upon, let's change the value. Let's say 2 upon 4. 4 into 6. 6 into 8, and so on. And that goes till let's say 18 into 20. I'm going to write till 20 only, not going to take a huge value because I'm explaining the concept, right? So what we are going to do, I'm still going to take first term. Okay, what I'm going to do, I'm going to write it like this. Okay, so what is the value on the LHS? That is 1 upon 8, right? What is the value on the RHS? That is not 1 upon 8, that is 1 upon 4. Now what we are going to do, because LHS is not equal to RHS. In the previous question it was, so it was not difficult. Now it is. So what simple thing what we are going to do, LHS is 1 upon 8, RHS is 1 upon 4. So if I multiply this value with 1 upon 2, now my LHS will be equal to my RHS. Now both sides are equal. Now what we are going to do, just I'm going to break everything, every term like this. So I'm going to take 1 upon 2 common for the whole series, then 1 upon 2 minus 1 upon 4 plus 1 upon 4 minus 1 upon 6, and so on up to 1 upon 18 minus 1 upon 20. Now what is going to happen? Every term cancels out. What is remaining? Only the first term and the last term. So 1 by 2 minus 1 by 20. So what we can do, I can still take 1 upon 2 common. So it becomes 1 minus 1 upon 10. So it is going to be 1 by 4 times 9 upon 10. So my final answer comes out to be 9 upon 40. And this is the approach we are going to solve any telescopic series. Whichever telescopic series you get, this is the standard approach that you are going to follow, and you are going to get the answer always, and your answer is always going to be correct. Okay, now let's move towards the questions that has been appeared in CAT. Now let's try to solve those questions. Now this is the first question, and this question is directly on telescopic series only. So, but the problem is, it is a tricky question. Now, why it is a tricky question? The examples that we have taken so far, in that first term was given as well as last term was given, but here last term is not given. So what we are going to do, what we are going to calculate the last term. So it says a1 is equal to 1 upon 2 into 5 plus 1 upon 5 into 8. That's the question, right? 1 upon 8 into 11. Now this is the first term, this is the second term, this is the third term, which is going to be the 100th term. Okay, so I have told you it should be an AP. So 258. Okay, so first term of AP is 2. Next term of AP is 5. So I know that first term is 2. Common difference is 3. Right. So what is the 100th term? So a 100 is equal to a plus n minus 1, that is 99, into d. What is the value of d? That is 3. So this comes out to be 2 plus 297. So it comes out to be 299. Okay. Okay. So my final value is 299. And this is what we are going to get, right? So this term is going to be 299 into 301. 302, because there is a difference of 3, right? Now what we can do, how we are going to solve this question, what is the standard approach? Take the first term, okay, write it like 1 by 2 minus 1 by 5. Now what is the value on the LHS? That is 1 upon 10. What is the value on the RHS? That is 3 upon 10. Now what I'm going to do, multiply with 1 by 3. Okay, I have already got my answer when I have written till this, but I'll explain how to calculate the answer later on when I'm done with the solution. I'll tell you the shortcut as well, that if you are writing till this point, how you are going to get your answer. Fair enough. So I have broken the first term, so I know that every term is going to be broken like this. So just 1 by 3 common, then 1 by 2 minus 1 by 5 plus 1 by 5 minus 1 by 8 up to 1 by 299 minus 132. Sorry, 302, right? Everything is cancelled out. So everything is cancelled out. Now what is the value? 1 by 3 times, I'm going to take 1 by 2 common, then 1 minus 1 upon 302, that is 151. Okay, so this comes out to be 1 by 6 into 150 upon 151. So this comes out to be 25 by 151, and that's going to be the answer of this question. This is how we are going to solve it. Okay, Now how I am going to solve this question if this question comes in exam, uh, and I want to get the answer very quickly, right? So basically, the denominator should be a factor of 302, right? Because I know eventually my first term is going to be remaining and last term is going to be remaining. Eventually, this value is going to be remaining because we have seen that in the previous example of telescopic series, all the middle term gets cancelled out, only first and last is remaining, right? And which denominator is a factor of 302? That is going to be 151. I don't need to solve. 2 is eventually going to be cancelled out, I know. 4 is not a factor of 302. 55 is definitely not a factor of 302. So basically, these cannot be the answer. I can directly mark my answer. But if you are confused, you can still solve. It is still not going to be very lengthy during the exam. Okay. Now let's move on to the next question. What does it say? Okay. So it says that T1, T2, T3 are the real numbers such that T1 plus T2 plus T3 up to Tn. So basically it talks about Sn. Okay. So Sn is given to me as n square plus 9n plus 13. And it says Tk is this. Okay. So I have already showed you that Tk is always equal to Sk minus Sk minus 1, right? We have already discussed in the second session of progression, I think, in geometric progression thing. So always remember this, that nth term is always equal to sum of n terms minus sum of n minus 1 terms, right? So what is Sk? Sk is going to be k square plus 9k plus 13. Sorry, it's not going to be plus, it's going to be minus, and that is equal to k minus 1 whole square uh, plus 9 times k minus 1 plus 13. Okay, so 13 cancels out because this is positive, this is negative. Now this is going to be equal to k square plus 9k, and let me write it is equal to 103. Okay, minus times k minus 1 whole square is going to be k square minus okay, I'm sorry, I made a mistake, it should be 2. Okay, so it is going to be 2 times k square minus 2k plus 1 plus 9k minus 9. So this is what we got. Okay, so I can say 103 is equal to k square plus 9k minus, sorry, not k square, 2k square minus 2k square plus 4k minus 2 minus 9k plus 9. Okay, so this is what we are going to get. This cancels out, this cancels out. So eventually what I'm left out with 4k. This minus 2 and plus 9 is going to be 4k plus 7, and that is equal to 103. So from here I am going to get 4k is equal to 96, and that gives me the value of k, and that's equal to 24, and that's the answer. So this is the standard approach to solve any question that has nth term and sum of the series is given and question is talking about the nth term. So this is the standard approach that we follow to solve these kind of questions. Now let's move on to the next question. What does it say? Question number 3. Okay, so it is going to be little tricky. So is it going to be tricky? Okay, perhaps not. Okay, so basically it says a1 minus a2 plus a3 minus a4 and so on up to this is equal to n. Fair enough. And question is talking about from a50 to this. Okay, so what I can do, a1 plus a2 plus a3, sorry, a1 minus a2 plus a3 minus a4. Okay, it is going to be and so on, and that is equal to n. Okay, put n equal to 1. So if I'm going to put n equal to 1, I am going to get a1 is equal to 1. Okay, if I put n equal to 2, so this is the sum till this point. So I am going to get a1 minus a2, and that's equal to what, 2. Okay, so that is equal to 2. Okay, so a1 is 1 minus a2, and that's equal to 2. So from here I can say that a2 equal to minus 1. Okay, fair enough. So a3, if I put n equal to 3, I'm going to get a1 minus a2 plus a3, and that's equal to 3. Okay, now this value is equal to 2, so a3 comes out to be 1. Okay, now I'm going to put n equal to 4, so I'm going to get a1 minus a2 plus a3 minus a4, and that's equal to 4. And I know this value is equal to 3, and minus a4 becomes 4, so I can say that a4 is equal to minus 1. Okay, so basically what I'm going to say, that at odd number term is 1 and even number term is minus 1. Okay, so I can say a51 plus a52 is definitely going to be 0, because this is 1, this is minus 1, and a53, a54 is going to be 0. So if this series was going till a to 1023 plus a is 1024, the sum would have been 0, right? But this term is not there. So till a1022, the sum of the series is going to be 0, because alternate terms are even and odd. Alternate terms are 1 and minus 1. So what is left out in this series? That is a1023. That is odd term. And odd term is what? Odd term is 1. So answer of this question is going to be option B. That is going to be 1, and that's how we are going to approach this particular question. Fair enough. So whenever you get these random type of series question, what you are going to do, just read the question, make a pattern, and figure out the answer. You don't have to solve. In these kind of questions, there is nothing to solve. So basically make a pattern, and that's important. Now let's move on to question number 4. What does it says? So again, it is going to be similar type of question, because some random things is given and x100 is asked. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I am going to figure out the pattern. So in the side I'm writing x1 is equal to minus 1, and I'm just rearranging this equation. So what is this equation? Xm plus 1 is equal to xm minus m minus 1. Okay, I am going to put m equal to 1. So what is the value of x2? That is equal to x1, that is equal to minus 1. Then m is equal to 1. Sorry, m is equal to 1, and this is equal to 1. So x2 comes out to be what? Minus 3. Okay. Okay. What is the value of x4? Sorry, x3. So x3 is going to be x2. X2 is what? Minus 3. Then m is 2, definitely. Minus 1. So x3 comes out to be what? Minus 6. Okay. Okay. If I'm going to talk about x4, x4 is going to be minus 6, minus 3, minus 1. Okay, so it comes out to be minus 10. Okay. Now, what is the difference here? Difference is 2, difference is 3, difference is 4. Okay. So my first term is minus 1. Second term is minus times 1 plus 2. Next term is minus times, sorry, minus I'm going to take outside, 1 plus 2 plus 3. Fourth term is minus times 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4. Oh, nice. I got the pattern. What is the value of x100? X100 is going to be what? Minus times 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 up to 100. Your job is to figure out the pattern in these kind of questions. Now, how we are going to calculate the sum of n consecutive even numbers? That is going to be n into n plus 1 divided by 2. Okay, so this is going to be 50. So my final answer comes out to be 50 into 101 is going to be minus 50, 50. That is going to be minus 5050. That's the approach of this question, and this is how we are going to solve the question. Okay, now let's move on to the next question. What does it say? For a sequence of real numbers, again, this is the same thing that we are talking about. So what is the approach? Okay, so I got the series. So what I'm going to do? Okay, so x1, so we have already solved the similar type of question, and this goes so on, and that is equal to n square to n. Okay, put n equal to 1. So if I'm going to put n equal to 1, I'm going to get the value of x1. So this is going to be 1 square is 1 plus 2. That comes out to be 3. Okay. Then I am going to put n equal to 2. So I am going to get x1 minus x2. If I'm going to put n equal to 2, I am only going to get these two terms. Okay. That is going to be 2 square is 4. 4 plus 4, 8. Okay. This value is 3 and this value is minus 5. Okay. So it becomes minus 5. Okay. Okay. X I'm going to put n equal to 3. Then what happens? X1 plus x1 minus x2 plus x3. That is going to be 3 square is 9 plus 6, 15. Okay. What is this value? This value is equal to what? This value is equal to 8. So x3 comes out to be 7. Okay. Okay. This is 3. This is 5. This is 7. Just signs are getting alternate. Okay. Okay. Now if next value comes out to be minus 9, I am fine. I am good to go. Okay. N equal to 4. So I am going to reach till this point. So 16 plus 8 is going to be 24. Okay. 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 So this sum is 15. 15 minus x4 is equal to 24. So x4 comes out to be minus 9. Okay. So x5 is going to be what? 11. X6 is going to be what? Uh, x6 is going to be minus 13 and so on. So this is what we are going to get. Okay. So should I actually calculate the value of this and then add them? But or we can directly find this value. Okay. Let's try to find out what is the sum of these two numbers, x1 and x2. And why I'm going for x1 and x2, why not x2 and x3? Because it starts from odd, goes to even. So this sum comes out to be minus 2. What is this sum? That is again minus 2. What is this sum? Again minus 2. So sum of odd term plus even term is always minus 2. So my answer of this question is going to be minus 2. I'm not going to calculate the value of x49 and x50. Why I'm going to going to put n equal to 49 and equal to 50 and get the value. Why I'm going to do that? So I'm not going to do that. I'm directly going to take this approach and I'm going to get the answer. Okay. Now let's move on to the next question. What does it says? So it says that consider a sequence for real numbers, this, and question is talking about x100. Okay, okay. So it already says that xn plus 1 is equal to xn plus n minus 1. Okay. So put n equal to 1. So I'm going to get x2. Question already says that x1 is equal to minus 1. Okay. So x2 is equal to x1 is minus 1 plus 1 minus 1. So value of x2 becomes what? 0. Okay. Sorry. It becomes minus 1 only. Okay. Okay. What is the value of x3? That is x2, that is minus 1 plus 2 minus 1. Okay. So x3 becomes 0. Okay. What is the value of x4? X4 is going to be that is going to be x3, that is 0 plus n equal to 3 minus 1. So this value x4 becomes 2. Okay. 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 So what I need to find out, and my job is to figure out the pattern, right? So what is the difference between these two numbers? 0. What is the difference between these two numbers? 1. What is the difference between these two numbers? 2. So if x5 comes out to be 5, I got my answer. Let me check the value of x5. So I am going to put n equal to 4. So I am going to get x5. So x4 is what? X4 is 2 plus 4 minus 1. That value is fine. Okay. Now, but the differences are in AP. How I'm going to figure out? Again, that is a tricky scenario. Okay. So what is my first term? That is minus 1. What is my next term? Minus 1 plus 0. What is my next term? Plus 1. What is my next term? That is going to be 2. Okay. So if this is my first term, this is my second term, this is my third term, this is my fourth term. what is my fifth term? That is, this total value is my fifth term, which is my sixth term, which is my seventh term. Sorry, it should be 5 and plus so on. So this is starting from -1 and it needs to have 100 terms. So 1 to 100 there are 100 numbers. So 0 to 99 there are 100 numbers. So -1 to 98 is going to be my 100 numbers. So this is going to be my 100th term, and that's how we are going to calculate the 100th term. Okay, so I need to calculate the sum of this series. Okay, so -1 plus 0. Now this is the sum of n terms. So what is the sum of n terms? That is n into n minus 1 divided by 2. So 49. So that is equal to -1 plus 49. I am going to write it as 50 minus 1 into 99. Okay. So 50 into 99 is going to be 4950. -1 minus 99 is actually going to be -100. So my answer comes out to be 4850, and that's going to be the answer of this question. And this is the approach we are going to take to solve these kind of questions in the exam. So whenever you are going to get the question of series in the exam, what you are supposed to do, try to make a pattern. When always more likely you will end up at an answer, and you will end up at a correct answer. So important point is figure out if there is no standard series, for example AP, GPA, or telescopic. So what is your job? Your job is to figure out a pattern in the series, your pattern in a number. And once you get the pattern, the answer is easy. Just practice few more questions and you will be good to go. Now, in case anyone has any doubts, or you can just drop me a message on chat box, and then you can get the answers. And thank you, and good day.